Welcome back to First Issues. Our series on road travel safety tips continues with Senior Manager Injury Prevention at Motor Vehicle Accident Fund, Mompati Bontsibokae, where so far we have covered tips on head-on collisions and tips against distractions. Tonight he's on First Issues to share with us tips against fatigue. Mompati, we're back again. We're on our fourth leg of the tips for road travel safety, and we're on fatigue, right? An all too common experience for a lot of drivers. And then later on, I decide that it's time for me to take a long drive somewhere. Please just give us some information around that, tips against it, what to avoid.
Thank you. Fatigue is a killer. It's very dangerous on the road. When we were doing the segment on distractions, we were talking about some of the things that can distract you. Fatigue is one of those that will just take away your mind, and you're unconscious of what you are doing because of you're too tired. And we are talking about the type of crashes that claim a lot of lives: head-on collision and loss of control. And fatigue is one of the main causes of loss of control, because and the way it happens, it's just that people would be very much engaged, maybe during the day, working the whole day. We do different types of work. Some are physically engaging, some are mentally engaging, mentally exhausting. And then when you knock off at 5, you want to go. And this is one of the most dangerous undertakings, especially during festive, because people have this pressure of wanting to get to wherever they want to go and make sure that they don't lose out on the holiday. And immediately on Friday, it's tools down. Everybody wants to be home that very day. And we have noted that fatigue involves people who drive normally long distances, the truckers, the truck operators, and the bus operators, and just small car operators who are traveling a long distance. Most of these accidents, again, they happen over the weekends. About 60% of the fatalities that we register are between Friday and Sunday.
With fatigue, right? It's because there's not been enough rest, whether mental, whether physical. But the most important thing is to just take a break. But for a lot of people, especially women, I can attest, if fatigue catches you and you're in the middle of nowhere, you are afraid of stopping by the side of the road to just take a little nap, close your eyes for a little bit. So how do we negotiate that aspect of safety as well?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that unlike in other countries, you find that our roads will stretch for a very long distance without having secure rest areas. But nonetheless, there are still areas where one can rest. Unfortunately, it's not guarded. The most important thing when you're driving a long distance is to make sure that when you get to the nearest village, the nearest town, take some rest. Where it's secure, where it's safe. The other way of managing fatigue, like I said, as you move from, for instance, if you're going to Khansi, make sure you take a break, maybe Kubojwane, and then from there, or you take another break, Kubosukuma. There are villages and there are towns, maybe after a distance of 100 kilometers or so. Don't just say I'm okay, because if it happens that now you get fatigued in the middle of nowhere and you have no place to rest, you will be tempted to keep pushing. Most of the fatigue-related accidents, they happen very, very close to the destination where people are going, because somebody will be saying, no, I'm left with 10 kilometers, let me just push, keep on opening windows and stretching, trying to push. That's where they happen. They end up being somebody swerving into the lane of opposite vehicles, and then you get involved in a head-on collision, or you lose control and you end up rolling over the vehicle. Yeah.
When we continue our series next time, we will be discussing tips on vehicle safety. But until then, have yourselves a pleasant evening. Good night.